Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got some new Pokemon Legends EA rumors to go over regarding a new trailer happening in June. There are a ton of new events announced for various different Pokemon games. New Nintendo Switch 2 updates have also dropped. A lot of things to break down today. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over some new events that have been announced for various different Pokemon games. The first one is a new shiny event for Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, and it's basically to celebrate the Nintendo Switch 2, which is coming out this Thursday. But we have a tweet here from Cerebi saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Porygon Mass Outbreak event has begun. It was basically announced last night, and then it was basically announced for a few hours later, but either way, it's live right now, and it runs up until the 4th of June at 23:59 UTC. So this is a new shiny boosted event. So Porygon is the candidate, which is going to be shiny boosted. The shiny rate is 0.5%. It appears in all areas of Paldea, Kitakami, and Blueberry Academy. Standard moveset, standard ability, all that jazz. But obviously, it's sort of because Porygon becomes Porygon 2. So obviously the Nintendo Switch becomes Nintendo Switch 2 this Thursday. I assume they might do a Porygon 2 event for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But again, I guess that's quite similar to the Porygon event. I don't even know if Porygon 2 can appear in the wild, so maybe they changed that up a little bit. Who knows? But either way, that is the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet event for a shiny Porygon. A really good shiny as well, so definitely worth doing if you don't have one. As well as that, we also have this in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet being the start of the month. We have a new regulation rule set and a ranked battle season. So we've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ranked battle season 31 has begun. It runs the Regulation I rule set, and this runs until the 30th of June 2025 at 23:59 UTC. Again, this always happens at the start of every single month, so this is not this is obviously common knowledge, should I say. As well as that, we have the new Pokemon TCG Pocket Season Pass, which is now live. So we've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon TCG Pocket has had its monthly refresh, adding Alolan Vulpix cosmetic items to the premium shop. The Zero Aura promo is also now available through premium missions, and of course we do have a Pokemon TCG Pocket channel, will be in the description down below. And then as well as that, we have an update for Pokemon Masters EX. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Masters EX Celine, Champion, and Shiny Dawnwind's Necrozma Master Fear Scout is now available. Iris has also been added to the Trainer Lodge. Again, I still think that these are giving off Legends vibes. Maybe we get a Legends Alola in the future, who knows? But these outfits are just a little bit sus in my opinion. I just feel like, you know, they do look kind of, I don't know, like from a different time. I don't know, maybe I'm just hoping, because a Legends Alola would be really good. But either way, that event is also live. But yeah, those are all the new updates and events that have been announced for various different Pokemon games. Moving on, we have a new Pokemon Home maintenance update as well. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon Home is to undergo maintenance from June the 4th at midnight UTC to June the 4th at 6 AM UTC. It says a new update to the mobile app will release following the maintenance. I assume this is something for the Nintendo Switch 2 because it is on June the 4th. I know that whenever we get these kind of maintenance updates recently, it's always been with the addition of a shiny mythical Pokemon for completing a Pokedex. But you have to remember that we've done all the Pokedexes now. They've given a shiny mythical for pretty much everything. The only one they haven't given one for is Pokemon Go, but that's physically impossible to do all in one go. If you're basically not... If you've not downloaded Pokemon Go before, you're not going to be able to download it now and go and catch all the Pokemon like you can do in BDSP or Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet. It's just physically impossible because the Pokemon are on a sort of rotation thing, so you just can't do that. So I don't think they'll ever do it for Pokemon Go. It'd be upsetting if they did it because, like I say, it'd be so difficult to complete if you hadn't played Pokemon Go much previously. And also it's the national dex as well, which is going to take forever because all the legendaries are in the raids and stuff like that. It's just not going to be a thing. But yeah, this is mostly just going to be for the Nintendo Switch 2. We might get something for it. We might get a small like mystery gift or some new medals or something like that in Pokemon Home in celebration of the Nintendo Switch 2. Maybe it'll be like, for logging in on Pokemon Home on the Nintendo Switch 2, you get this mystery gift, or you get this medal, or you get this badge, or whatever. But either way, this is going live at midnight on the 4th of June. We'll actually find out what this update is before the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, because this is happening on Wednesday. So of course, if anything crazy happens, we'll let you guys know, as always. But as of right now, the only news that we have is that Pokemon Home is undergoing maintenance on the 4th of June, and it's going to last around 6 hours long. Moving on, we have some new Nintendo Switch 2 updates to go over. The first one is a bit of a rumor. I don't know how believable this is. I'm just covering it for you guys, but we have Nintendo Soup here tweeting out saying, rumor, Nintendo Switch 2 allegedly bricked after hackers test Switch exploit on it. So again, take this with a major grain of salt. I don't personally believe this is true. There's not really any sort of reliable evidence backing it up or anything like that, so definitely take that into account when obviously I'm going over it. But either way, it says rumor, Nintendo Switch 2 allegedly bricked after hackers test Switch exploit on it. If you don't know what bricking a console is, it basically means that it's unusable. So it appears that several hackers have managed to test the MIG Switch exploit on the Nintendo Switch 2, and as expected, it didn't turn out well. So according to reports allegedly from hackers, when the MIG Switch was tested on a Nintendo Switch 2, it immediately locked out the system, effectively bricking it and triggering an endless boot cycle. After this, the hackers tried to prod the flash storage of the ROM, but it also immediately locked out and bricked the Nintendo Switch 2. They claimed that the Nintendo Switch 2 has the ability to detect voltage charges that tools cause when scanning the chips, regardless of how major or minor they are. The poster who shared this information claimed that they know 3 hackers experienced in hardware and software modding, and found that regardless of what kind of exploit they attempted, it ends up bricking the system. So currently there are no verifiable reports on this information, so it's best to take it with a pinch of salt. However, if this turns out to be true, it shouldn't come as a surprise, as Nintendo is always finding ways to prevent piracy and homebrew from taking root on their platforms. So if this was true, it basically would mean that the Nintendo Switch 2 would just be a lot more difficult to hack. Remember, if you do hack your Nintendo Switch 2 and you go online, there is a chance that they just brick your console anyway. Like, that is general confirmed information from Nintendo themselves. They've updated all their terms of services and everything like that. So, you know, that's your own kind of situation. If you want to do that, then, you know, you're running the risk yourself. If your console does brick, then you've only got yourself to blame if you do that, because they've let us know that that is something that could happen. In regards to what these hackers are talking about, though, I just think it's very unlikely to be the case, because I think people have kind of like brought things up to them on, I think it was on like family boards or something, where it was all posted, which is, you know, it's just kind of like a forum at the end of the day, and I just don't think they replied to anyone or something like that. So I don't know why they would randomly lie about this. It doesn't really make any sense. But again, people have the Nintendo Switch 2 now, unplayable because they don't have that day one patch. But on Thursday, people of course are going to be flocking to it in their numbers to try and hack it and try and exploit it and everything like that. We'll have to wait and see if they can do it day one or not. If this is true, then, you know, it's going to be quite difficult to do. But if this is not true, then it's probably going to be quite simple. But again, just remember, if you do hack your Switch 2, there is a chance that it does brick if you like do online and everything like that. But anyway, that's the Nintendo Switch 2 rumor that I did want to go over for you guys. Yeah, for the console coming out on Thursday. Moving on, we have another Nintendo Switch 2 update to go over, this time regarding streaming services. This was posted by Go Nintendo tweet saying multiple video streaming services won't work or might have issues on the Nintendo Switch 2. So don't ditch that Switch just yet. So just today, Nintendo updated their list of Nintendo Switch games and apps that are compatible with the Nintendo Switch 2. The vast majority of titles released on the Nintendo Switch will work just fine on the Nintendo Switch 2, but there are some instances where minor issues will crop up, or software won't work at all. Nintendo is working to fix these issues and will continue to do so long after the Nintendo Switch 2 releases. While most people have been focusing on the games from the Switch that will struggle on the Switch 2, there's another side of things as well. Nintendo has mentioned that multiple streaming services for the Nintendo Switch simply won't work on the Nintendo Switch 2 at all, or at best, they'll function with some problems. So when it comes to the Nintendo Switch streaming software that won't work at all on the Nintendo Switch 2, the list are as follows. So Crunchyroll won't work, Hulu won't work, Abema won't work. I've not heard of these first two. I don't have a clue what kind of streaming services they are, but apparently they won't work on the Switch 2. Obviously, I've heard about Hulu and Crunchyroll, but apparently they also will not work on the Nintendo Switch 2. And then things to be slightly better Things appear to be slightly better for YouTube, as Nintendo says the app has startup issues on the Nintendo Switch 2. Apparently, Nintendo is talking with Google to find a solution for this, which could result in a free update for the Switch app or a completely new YouTube app for Nintendo Switch 2. Hopefully, Google shares some insight on this matter soon. So it's not going to be great when you get this Nintendo Switch 2, because a lot of the streaming services are going to have issues. I mean, these ones are just apparently just not going to really work at all. So hopefully they do kind of update that. Again, I think there's going to be a couple of issues with different apps when the Switch 2 comes out, and over the course of like the next couple of weeks they will get fixed. But yeah, as of right now, if you're hoping to watch like Crunchyroll and Hulu and stuff on your Nintendo Switch 2, it's unlikely that that's going to be the case. You may as well just keep whatever you're watching it on, whether it be your PC or your Switch 1 or whatever. But either way, that's just another update for the Nintendo Switch 2. Finishing things off, though, we have a new rumor to go over for Pokemon Legends ZA, this time regarding a new trailer apparently happening this month in June. This was posted on 4chan on the 31st of May, titled Next ZA Trailer for the Nintendo Direct. So this Nintendo Direct has been allegedly rumored for June. We do usually get a June Nintendo Direct, whether it's going to be this week because the Nintendo Switch 2 drops, whether it's going to be next week, the week after the Nintendo Switch 2 drops. It'd be kind of a mad play from Nintendo to drop a new Direct on Wednesday and then they drop the console on the Thursday. That'd be so cool, because it would just make everybody want to go and get the console if they announce even more Nintendo Switch 2 games that, you know, could make a lot more of people want to buy the console, like a new Mario 3D game or Animal Crossing or whatever. So that would be very exciting. We don't know what this Nintendo Direct would entail. I'd expect Pokemon Legends ZA news to be inside of that Direct, though, just simply because the last two Directs, the Nintendo Switch 1 Direct and the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, both had Pokemon Legends ZA in it, and as well as that, it is the big Pokemon game for both of those consoles. You know, it's for both of them. It's got an enhanced version for the Switch 2, so if it was a Switch 2 Direct, it'd be in that. If it was a Switch 1 Direct, it'd be in that, because it's one of the last big games for the Nintendo Switch 1. So I'd be very confident that we'd get something in there. And as well as that, the lead sort of developer for this game, Pokemon Legends ZA, has tweeted out both times when that Nintendo Switch Direct has kind of popped up, saying, you know, go watch it. So if they tweet out again, it's very likely there's going to be some news. Anyway, though, this is just a rumor. The Nintendo Direct is also a rumor, but it's likely to happen at some point. This is, you know, just a rumor. But I would expect Legends ZA news in the Direct if we were to get it. Anyway, going off on a bit of a tangent, let's see what this rumor says. Take it with a grain of salt, but it says next ZA trailer for Nintendo Direct. So it has a focus, which is new Mega Evolution Pokemon and returning characters. So we haven't seen a new Mega Evolution yet. We've seen a couple of returning ones, whether that be in the key artwork that we recently got, or whether it just be in a trailer that we've seen. A lot of returning Mega Evolutions, you know, that we already know about. We haven't seen one new one yet. There's apparently 20, 30 odd new Mega Evolutions. We've not seen one of them yet. I think that we're going to see one in August because it's Worlds. We're going to probably see one in July because of the Presents. And then, one or two, obviously. And then, hopefully, if we get a trailer in June, we'd get one in that. Because if there's 30-odd Mega Evolutions, and the game's coming out in October, and we're probably going to get maybe one trailer a month now, being June, July, August, September. Because we know we're going to get one in July because of the Pokemon Presents. We know we're going to get one in August because of Pokemon Worlds. September, it's the month before the game comes out, so we'll get a trailer then. And then June, we have the Nintendo Direct, so it's likely we get one in that. You're expecting some sort of Mega Evolution in each one of those, because even if they announce like 2 in each of those, that's like 8 Mega Evolutions. There's still 20 odd other Mega Evolutions that they haven't revealed. They're not going to reveal the starters, not going to reveal the Gen 6 starters, so that's 8 new Mega Evolutions they can pick from and they can show off, and there's still so many more that we won't have seen before the game drops. So I don't know why they're hiding them. I have no idea, especially because they're starting to get, like, not the images and the designs getting leaked, but obviously Starmie's been leaked. I think Dragalge's been leaked as well, but that image hasn't really been shown a lot. So yeah, I don't know why they're holding off on it, but either way, the focus is new Mega Pokemon and returning characters. You can get Mega Evolution Stones by defeating wild Mega Pokemon. Example shown is Mega Absol. So it has been leaked that Mega Absol is the first sort of rogue Mega Evolution that we're going to be fighting in this game. So whether we get, you know, a Mega Evolution Stone for defeating these rogue Megas or whatever, that'd be a one way of getting it potentially. Mega Victory Bell, which turns upside down and skinny with red elements. And Crawdaunt, no type change. The red part is now black with bigger claws and the star gets purple. So those two will be revealed. So Crawdaunt, I don't think that's one of the leaked Megas, but there are like 4 or 5 Mega Evolutions that haven't been leaked yet. But of course, Victory Bell has been leaked. The professor is revealed to be Mabel, who works for Quasartico Inc. and is assisted by Trevor. We have had no indication that Trevor returns in this game, but we do know that Mabel is going to be the professor. We don't know if she works for Quasartico, though. That is new information. But again, we know the professor is going to be Mabel. Emma is confirmed as a detective who needs you to help investigate Mega Evolution Pokemon going wild. So I'd be very, very surprised if Emma was not in the next trailer, just simply because she has already been hinted and teased because of the key art that we got recently. She's going to be in the next trailer very likely, and yeah, I think she will take on this detective role, and will accept quests from her or side quests or whatever, or it might even be like a main story plot, who even knows. And then it said side quests are confirmed to be back, so yeah, they could confirm all of that in one small I guess instance of the trailer where you're talking to Emma and then she's like, yeah, go find this or go do this, and then that's like it pops up on the screen saying quest initiated or whatever. So yeah, I mean, this rumor isn't really anything crazy. It's kind of a mix of things that we already know about, like Emma and obviously Mega Victory Bell and Quasartico, Mabel, yada yada yada, and it's also a mix of like other things as well. But I'm still expecting new Mega Evolution soon. If we get a trailer in June and we don't get a new Mega Evolution, I have no idea what's going on, because like I say, we only have a max of like maybe 4 to 5 more trailers before the game comes out. We've already had like 4 to 5 trailers and we've not had anything, so it's about time to reveal something new in regards to Pokemon. Who knows why they're taking so long, but either way, hopefully we get we could even get that direct this week. You know, we could get the announcement on Tuesday for Wednesday, and then obviously the direct drops on Wednesday, and then obviously the console drops on Thursday. Could be the week after. They might just skip it altogether. Who knows? Either way, though, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like. It's trying to hit 500. It does really help out the video, supports the channel, all that jazz. If you want to comment on anything we've covered in this video, such as this rumor here, or the Nintendo Switch 2 stuff, or any of the events that we've obviously covered, or the Pokemon home maintenance, whatever floats your boat, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're brand new for daily Pokemon content. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace.